that we did have. So let's see if Samver can do the same.
With the new itemization, the lethality Varus is back from really a pretty bad position that it was in previously. While simultaneously, as we saw, particularly when you compare it with pair it rather with a good enchanter, a lot of opportunities to go for the on-hit variety is more dependent on you having a front line. But if you do, the DPS output is really not on the same level. And we'll see what the Senna is going to be. And I'm wondering if this is because the expectation is this is a preemptive Taliyah for Karis, who is definitely going to go Azir. But it might also be for Keria or for Owner, which I don't think is going to be the case. I'm optimistic, Valdez. I see you looking, you're like, no,
yeah,
no, let's.
No.
It's blind, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can flex it, sure, but I don't think in this day and age. I think in the jungle it's not that bad. And I guess Keria can play anything, so yeah, maybe.
I knew you'd come around.
But
no, I know. It's probably just a blind pick, which Karis then picks the Tristana into. Rel is obviously a flex pick as well. Could be for Gideon, could also be for the Varus here. We'll see where they end up going with this. We haven't seen Rel support really for quite a while. There are some flex potentials on the side of Breen as well, but that's when you get into really esoteric matchups like going Tristana, Rel bot, flexing your Varus to another lane, which I don't think is what we're going to see here today.
Probably not. No, I wouldn't think so. Sejuani looking to come through here. Nope, it's going to be Vi. And Vi is quite strong. Owner's pretty good at it.
Yeah, I get to play one of the non-tanks that's allowed. Woo! Vi definitely a pick that into Varus can feel quite strong, reliably locking him down. Good combo with the Taliyah as well. Vi Taliyah is, particularly once Taliyah is able to get a little bit rolling, we have seen that the changes to Taliyah made her more of a mid to late game character than she was way back when it was just literally hit W and your opponent will go and explode. I'm not so sure about this Ornn ban. I think that what T1 have done that I do really like is not picking what you take with your Senna immediately, because you can do anything, you know, that...
Can it be Vi?
Well, I wouldn't do that. It could be Nila, which I actually think this is a great ban. I think if it wasn't banned by T1, for example, Maokai would be another one. The Sign is one that we've seen.
Ooh, okay.
Where you can do the really cool combo, you know, where you put the root from Senna on a minion and then Sign like throws the minion. It's cool. It's fun. It's fast. It's Cyan.
You should have gotten into marketing.
I don't think I should have, Elvis.
Well,
Yomi, you know I'm not a very good salesman.
Well, you sold that one pretty well. Cassante is the choice, and Karthus is not. Gragas, okay.
Okay, Gideon. I don't think Gragas is necessarily in the best of spots, but I do think it's fun. You know, it's entertaining. Zeus is like, guys, please, I'll redeem myself for my game or as Cassante. I would love to see a Zeus Nar. This is also one of the picks he loves. We'll see if it's actually this and not like Cyan and then Zac support, but I imagine that this should be Zeus playing it.
Yeah.
And in theory, even though we haven't seen a lot of it, we know Zeus likes to play it. Zac is really good into tanks, and the itemization right now for tanks is pretty silly.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
Yes. Zac is great selection. I'm happy with Zac in any scenario,
It's
basically.
just fun.
Big Zac player myself, generally in the jungle. But Keria has played it. I don't think Zeus has ever played it, though. Should probably check on that and see if he has.
From the top, he played it like once.
Really?
I think so, yeah. The only downside I do think for Zac is that he can build Frozen Heart, but you know it's a waste of mana.
That sign said, "I'm 40, but because of you, Faker, I can't get married." I don't know. Wait. What? I love you 3000, Faker, but actually I kill you 3000. 3000 kills.
Do you know the
in game?
I love you 3000.
No.
No, it's a reference. It's from your favorite series. It's Marvel.
Oh, okay. Great. Anyway, guys, we're ready for game number 2. Let's hop onto the Rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Off we go into game number 2. This one shouldn't have as massive of a bot issue in this game, but I'm going to be curious to see how this is going to work out on the side of Bro this time. Definitely a much different composition. They still have some tanky pieces that can provide a frontline and provide reliable engage, but a little bit less wombo combo-y, as Gragas and Rel can sometimes work against each other in some times. The Gragas jungle, not something we see very often nowadays either.
For Samver, though, he will have a lot more agency in this game, which is quite nice, given that last game he didn't get a whole lot of that. It has also gone for Ghost and Lethal Tempo, which we kind of knew. The moment you have frontline and you're playing into a lot of these tanks, I think that the on-net build is always going to feel better. If he is a really cool dude, he would go AP, but I don't think we do that anymore. But I would love that. You're playing into, you know, into 2.5 tanks. 5 basically is just a bruiser, which builds like 1 bruiser item and then goes the Koenig Rooker and tank items as well.
And Rosenheart, that's the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the 2 tank items that exist
that
in the game.
you need to buy. Well, some tanks go Barmy Cinder, but not Vi. And we do have confirmation. Zeus played 1 top Zac in the past. As really, it was that long ago.
Tushin versus Genji's Helen at the time.
Wow,
long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Top Zac. It was Zeus into Kana during that somewhat regretful Nongshim
It was not
season.
It was a rough year for Nongshim, but does confirm. And Zeus has also gone for the Grasp. And so the thing about Zac is that his W in particular is so good against tanks.
Yep.
And it makes it really hard, especially if he can get an early lead, because he can continuously trade, because he's resourceless. And
his sustain is really strong.
I'm sitting here with a fellow Zac enjoyer, so we're going to have a good time here, Valdez.
Yeah, we're eating well in this one. And Zeus is just going to come in here and say hello. Zac is pretty good in the jungle.
He's just farming Grasp Zacs.
He's just... okay, he almost got that. Not quite, though, as Palu's getting in there. He's going to force Guma to cleanse and flash as well, as Palu and Samver getting the upper hand in the bottom lane.
That is vengeance coming through from the Bro bottom lane as
Owner's here.
Gideon was found, as mentioned earlier, by Zeus. Zeus was annoying him, and it seemed like it was just for fun, but then Owner showed up and said, it is not for fun. It is for serious.
Yeah.
And I think Gideon is going to have to say goodbye to his Gromp at the very least. Might even get double scuttled here because his Elf Bar right now not looking too peachy. We'll see. Paris is on his way.
I mean, Gideon might just die unless he body slams. Nope, not going to happen. Flash forward, then he body slams. Blocked by Owner, has to flash himself, but here comes Morgan. And now, oh god, that's going to be a bit of a rough feel, but Owner gets in there, and the stretching strikes are perfect, and now Car is desperate for a kill. He does get the one, and he actually gets over the wall, and then he dies. Baker going to take that kill, picks up the double on the Talia.
Oh, this was going to be the game, Valdez! Oh, I think Owner tried to just follow and then just auto him, but Gideon was still in like the last couple of frames of the body slam.
Yeah.
So he got cancelled. And then Morgan, helping out his buddy, provided a very, very easy E here. Yeah, as you can see, Owner, I think, just tried to follow up and then go in with the auto, and then this is tragic. The shield falls off.
Oh, no.
And then the moment the shield falls off, Owner gets the E explosion.
That's the most fun Zac play, by the way, when you stretching strike one guy and then you flash to the other.
Oh, it's the best.
It's game-changing, actually.
The dopamine, the multiple
so
bloblets that you get.
Especially when you save your ally in that moment. And he did for a while. The Cars did pick up the 1 kill. And Faker did pick up 2. Samber went back, so this is just a play going over to Keria and Guma in the bottom lane.
Things are better than the last game. They're not great, but they are better. As Paulo actually looking for a possible contest here, and T1 does have to respect. Paulo just, even though he is backing, was threatening a little bit, and that is going to be the end of that. Guma did end up going for the Swifties here. Obviously, always going to feel great on Senna, given that so much of her safety is just in her being slightly out of range of everything, being able to kite out people. And will help a little bit with most notably the slow from Samver's E. Keria is just playing Cyan. Basically has gone from one of the most fun supports to is woke up and then
Ignore.
You ignore. And then you just keep doing that.
The great ignorer.
I'm kind of surprised
bottom lane.
we haven't seen more Cyan given how broken temp itemization.
Oh. That was pretty slick. Got hit by the first rock that came out of Faker.
And that's kind of why I'm like, I know in theory that the Tristana is like strong in general, but I feel like into Talia, if it ever goes even slightly wrong, you don't actually have that much threat the way you do against a lot of other mates because of the E. Oh, Kara's though!
Oh, the ult comes in and it's a solo kill!
Never mind.
From Karis.
I take it back!
Chronicler with the epic curse in the mid lane. I don't know how you managed that one. They weren't even on screen. But yeah, Faker not respecting the damage from the Tristana.
What happened there was Faker was thinking the same thing I was. And Carr was like, but hey, hear me out. The cooldown on your E is way longer than it is on my W.
Getting in here, that's an ignite on Keria. He's in a lot of trouble. The flash forward onto the minions just to try to hit 6 perhaps, and it's not going to amount to too much. That's another kill here for Bro, as over comes Faker trying to get some revenge onto Gideon, who's on top of the rocks and gets knocked back, and Faker will pick up that kill. Oh, there you go! 3,000th kill! First time ever! Faker will be the first to do it, and more milestones to come in the future, no doubt.
And as we can see as well, the person who's even remotely close is Deft, who's like, what, 300, some 300, like 60, 70 kills behind.
Yeah.
So not going to approach it anytime soon. If only he had never left us, maybe he would be closer.
Yeah.
But he did. It's okay. He's back now, and everything is fine. And Faker there together with Owner finding Gideon in the enemy jungle as we take another look. Actually, really nicely done.
A locked screen.
Flashed away.
It's getting me there. I don't know.
And yeah, I'm actually going to agree. I think that you're right. The carrier try to go for like, so flash Q, kill 2 minions, and then after you've done that, you can then ult into them. Definitely a risky choke though, and the flash doesn't go down as here. Faker's 3,000th kill. It's elementary.
It's
really.
A nice one. I mean, he walled in.
Yeah.
A little flashy.
Good communication with Owner.
And again, down on the bottom side, just, oh, look at this. Owner's going to go down too. Bro, they're fighting with them this time.
Never.
Area getting pretty low. A couple more autos. There it is, the Q to finish him off. And this bottom lane is being dominated by Bro right now.
This is looking pretty good, Valdez.
Now Zeus through the wall. He's got Gideon nearby, and that should be a kill.
OTP?
Yeah. Car's getting pretty low, but yeah. Okay, that was a little close, but it's fine. Gideon gonna pick up that kill.
And there is a gold lead for Bree on Valdez. Is it happening?
The gold lead is happening. There is a gold lead right now for Bro. That is real.
As we take another look here. And I imagine Owner got spotted earlier on. They were aware of the timer. Very clean combo. Not allowing Owner to get away with that one. And here we see Paulo hit 6. Guma isn't 6 yet, crucially. And Paulo just gets on top. And this really is one of the few picks that actually gets to chew through the health bar. Paulo also doing a really good job there on the cancel to ensure that the Q channel doesn't go through with his Magnet Storm. And then here, Zeus just gets Cassante. This is payback for him playing Cassante in the last game. And Gideon is just there waiting. And we knew Gideon was on the top side of the map because Owner got unceremoniously blasted there as well. So
yeah,
nicely done. And when it comes to macro, when it comes to the eventual winner of the game, I don't want to make any grand statements, but right now, Brianna looking good.
Yeah, they did lose the gold lead. I'm not sure how that happened exactly, but
yeah.
Okay. It's a lot of rocks that were on the ground. Owner just going to go forward because he can't really go anywhere else. And now he's going to flash away, actually. After all of that, here comes Palu. Looking for it. The slow came in. The ignite. Is it enough? As the flash forward, he nearly got him. Samber trying to style on multiple T1 members today.
You gotta. If you have the opportunity to solo kill Fake, you gotta go for it. He doesn't end up hitting. But Brian playing with some
gusto.
With gusto. Now, and this is kind of the the problem is that when it comes to the plates, when it comes to the map movement, and when it comes to DCS, we still see that T1 is still sitting on a gold lead. Also going to go up to 6 Krugs here. But I don't want to focus on that, fellas. I don't want to take away from the fun. This game is legitimately really nicely done, but I think I really want to hone in particularly on the bottom duo, because for you to come in, you know, from challengers against T1, and are T1 playing in this game to the fullest of their level and respect? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Perhaps.
But that doesn't matter, right? Like, I think Polo and Samber are actually playing well, and I hope that we see more of them. I hope that they stick around, because I think for Brian, you got to try truly something different, and this is something different, and
yeah,
it's probably better than they looked for the entirety of the season, and that's including the DRX game.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that if you're gonna go 5, you gotta try some new players. You know, you have that challenger roster for a reason, and these guys are being given a chance, and they're taking it. They're you know, not only is Samber trying to get the kill on a Faker, but also he's trying to make a name for himself. He's trying to say like, hey, look at me, I got 3 kills in LCK. Like, I'm better than my counterpart. You should play me instead, and maybe I should be the starter. So, you know, will that end up happening? Who knows? But if you can keep up a high level of play and keep getting nice duo kills, that maybe it does happen. Got to make the best case for yourself.
Mid lane prio taken now. Second Dragon is available. As we do see the tank off Hollow Radiance versus Sunfire, a battle for the ages.
Light versus Star.
Zac is light, right?
Yeah, well, the Sunfire.
Yeah, I guess. Is it like the radiance of the moon then?
The Hollow Radiance?
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know.
Thematically, that makes sense. It could be.
I was just talking about the purple, but either way, we do have a fight down in the river here, as actually a lot of damage going in to Owner as he oversteps his bounds, as now Palu just going to end that Q, and he gets away with his life as well. Ult comes through, and Palu going to dodge that one as well. And bro, they're working towards this Ocean Drake.
And that is another dragon. Or rather, a dragon, another dragon taken. First dragon that goes over to Bro, as we have Mountain Soul coming through here. Would be a really big win, because we haven't really discussed the comps at large, because, let's be honest, coming into the second game, we didn't expect a whole lot. But for T1, I think it actually will be hard to chew through Bro's health bars if they are able to get a lot of these dragons. Right, like between the on-hit Varus as well as Karis, like once you get to the late stages of on-hit or crit itemization, you can actually chew through these big bulky targets relatively easily. Same can't be said for T1. You have Senna, who doesn't really do a great job, as we saw in some of our past games, of killing tanks. I think the first series in particular was very noteworthy for that. And
we'll play up on the top side. Nice dodge on the knock up there from Zeus. As Gideon was in the jungle, we could have had a repeat just on the other side of the wall, although Zeus did have flash. To Zach. And ever since some of those shenanigans, things have definitely slowed down. I think that T1, you know, as you were mentioning, they do need to take a hard look at this game and say, okay, well, if it keeps going on this trajectory, we're not feeling too great about our chances, so we really need to hunker down and try not to mess this one up.
Yeah, if they're able to stack dragons themselves, I also think that a Cyan and Zach with Mountain Soul and 3 Drakes are not a good time. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure Tristana eventually reaches a point, but that's very far into the future. So, really, these Drakes are going to be very important for either team here. We'll see to what extent Brian is able to really contest, because as does need to be mentioned, even though I think they've been doing a really good job thus far, they are still pretty substantially behind. But some missteps and, you know, some continued over-aggression of T1, and all of a sudden Brian can look at a Rift Herald, can look at another dragon, and we have seen, I think Nongshim have been a really good example of this as well, that if you disrespect any team in the LCK, it can snowball quite quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Any team can do it on the right day. And for now, it's looking pretty good in the second game. Game number 1, maybe they just were like, okay, well, we don't have a lot of pressure. Let's just try our best. And sometimes that's when our teams play their best, you know, shake off some of those nerves. It's now this Rift Herald fight coming on in, not going to be stolen, and now Owner in a lot of trouble. Look at that CC chain, was so clean, but immediately Gideon is going to go down, and now Zeus has joined the fight. Going to make quick work of that Varus as Morgan trying to do a repeat of what we have seen from Cassante from time to time. There's a lot of dodging there on the knockups, but there is just so much on the side of T1 as well. Slow coming in, and can they actually kill the Cassante? Yes, they can, with the help of their Zach.
And the initial collapse onto Owner looks amazing as...
well, yeah, they're gonna probably get followed. Probably, maybe not. Guma's really getting in there. He
guys
really wants to kill this Rel.
It's just a Rel, just get the wave. Oh my god.
Well, the root's gonna come in. That's
Paulo!
And Paulo gets out. Karis now looking for more. That's a giant Seraph shield, but maybe Guma's not as lucky, as there's also Gragas who did come in here, and they will be shut down.
Still deathless, baby! He got out! Why did they not just pull the wave? Could have killed him ages ago. T1, you know, they still have a 3 or 2.5k gold lead. I don't think they're really worrying, but man, this game is a little bit silly, Veldas.
They're having their fun with this one. Yeah, definitely a lot of happy gaming in this one.
Really, I do like their gusto killing Owner, but what, 3 ultimates into just killing Vi definitely is a bit of an overinvestment.
It looks cool.
It did look cool. He did die really quickly, but then you do see that as soon as Zeus comes in, he is able to distract the backline, and then Faker has free reign. This Cilia was already quite fed, and Faker is just throwing rock after rock after rock. And then this is where we just see a little bit of silliness, right? Because Guma takes 2 turret shots, one of which he definitely didn't have to take, which is unfortunately, unlike last time we saw that, didn't end in disaster. And then Karis comes in with the TP. At this point, Gideon has been able to make his way back, and Guma doesn't have flash, so he just ends up going down, and that's more gold. But then on the flip side, and we do need to be honest about that as well, like on the bottom side of the map, they immediately take another turret, and the gold lead still remains in favor of them, as they do not know about the blob in the jungle.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem, because now you just get your pick of who you want to jump on.
Not Samver.
It's going to be Samver. Right?
Ooh, oh, he might be in the pit.
Yeah, he's behind, trying to get on top of this Varus, but he gets away. Samver's totally fine, and Owner is not really able to do much. He does stay alive for an incredibly long amount of time, but now Zeus in a bit of trouble trying to get the burst here onto Samver, and yes, he will, as the Zach, as I mentioned, he's pretty unkillable. They don't even have any Mountain Drakes at this point, and now they can take their first one.
Last game it was Zeus. This game it's Owner. There has to be a sacrificial lamb. Someone has to be given to the pros, Veldas. And this time around, as Baron takes a look at Dragon getting taken down, it is Owner. and ends up going in with the last little bit of his health. Zeus finds the turnaround. Samper showing why Tom Kench is really as popular as he is, because you know, otherwise if someone jumps on you, you just kind of die, which we do see here as well. And Keria does a ton of tanking of damage here. Again, they do get Owner, but he does actually get Samper to like half health, despite everything. And then Zeus with a really nice,
You see he immediately picks up all the blobs so he can cast W again as well. It's an incredible amount of burst damage.
Yeah, he did like, I think, flash really short E into immediate W ult.
Yeah. W ult W.
Yeah.
And yeah, even without any damage items, you're still gonna do a huge amount, especially onto a squishy target.
What do you mean no damage items?
Oh, sorry, Ox. Yeah, the Sunfire, yeah, it was purchased. Also, Spirit Massage, a big Zac item because he does have so much self-healing. And it gets even stronger. That is some nice MR on top of everything. Feeling pretty good. But yeah, that was definitely like a broken up fight as well. Like Faker got there halfway through, just like on his wall. He's like, hey guys, I hear we're fighting. Yeah. Let me just join here a little bit. Highest damage dealt. It's the one guy who built Sunfire Cave. Coincidence? I think not.
Okay. Calm down. You were calling me Ox. I'm calling you Ox. He is playing Zac into a tank matchup, okay? He is pressing those W's. Ain't no way he shouldn't be top of the damage charts. The more interesting thing to me is that Faker has not really built a lot of damage and is still very high up on the list.
Yeah, Faker does have quite a large amount of kills.
And yeah, and cash.
So he's able to build a lot of items, even if they're not the biggest damage items. And yeah, I mean, he's got a decent amount of AP at this point. As they're trying to take this one down, the exhaust will be used.
It's actually really nice. I'm pretty sure that also reduced the E-explosion damage. So actually,
yeah.
Actually keeps his turret alive. Good for him. It's nice.
Worth.
Yeah, I mean, it's lots of spellbook, right? So definitely worth. Who gets the crook? I think it was
Zac.
Zac? Yeah.
We've seen that fight happen many a time. They were looking for someone to get up here, but Bro were a little bit behind the play. Now they're going to try to make their own play with TP coming in. Seismic Shove is nearly going to one-shot a Cassante. That's how you know they did a lot of damage. As Zeus is in there behind them as well with his own TP. The wall is perfect, actually. In goes Zeus. Did he go too far this time? Yes, he did. As Faker does have TP, though, and can save him. Will they even use it or need it? Looks like they don't need it, as that will be the end of Samber, who tried his best to stay alive.
Oh, and the teleport there from Morgan. Attempt to turn around would have been big. But you see Gideon, he was looking for the combo onto Guma. He flashed immediately, so there wasn't really a way to knock back this Senna. And then, unfortunately for Morgan, not even Cassante is happy when he teleports into the waiting arms of a Vi and Talia. That's going to be the Baron now taken out. And T1 had their fun with this one. I think Breon did a much better job, particularly a great bounce back after game number 1, but this might be the end of it, as there you see Guma immediately flashing. Gideon, nice attempt, trying to get something going there, but yeah, Morgan is just immediately dead. And Zeus' TP really ends the party for Breon, as Faker then shows a nice body slam there. You know, that was well done by Gideon to keep his backline safe, but it didn't end up mattering. And Samber, he just wants to kill so badly, and then he just gets attacked by Guma and just unceremoniously gets blown up.
Yeah, it didn't take very long on that one.
No.
Zeus also having his fun. Definitely don't want to jump into a Gragas. It's not going to work out well. We have this next Mountain Drake coming up in about 25 seconds. And T1 with the Baron definitely looking to stack these up. They have their Scion and their Zac that would love those extra stats.
I thought you said they have their sight on. But it's Scion.
Scion, yeah.
I mean, if you really swallow the tea. That kind of works.
Yeah. Well, we do have 85 stacks for Guma. This is also a thing we're
It was funny, Velvet.
we're looking at.
포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
And T1 are just pushing bot.
Yeah.
The Baron.
Bounties are up. Gold lead has gotten pretty substantial here. We'll see if Brion can kill Owner again.
They're trying to find someone to engage on, but Harry just, oh, that's the combo. There it is. And now Sember, oh no! You poor 80 carry in 2024. Yeah, he didn't last very long there. And now Faker's in the base. He's going to miss his W. Pretty just straight up. I mean, Garrus was walking in a straight line. But, you know, it's all good. I think T1 and Faker will be totally fine to take this win regardless.
Keria has barely been in this game, but he got to do the thing that you play Science Senna for. He got to land the combo.
He did the thing. Oh, Zeus with the flash in, trying to make a play here with Owner. They do have some backup from their Senna, I suppose. Owner getting pretty low, and he is not going to go down to the Tristana. And Zeus just will not be stopped. He just keeps on going in, keeps on jumping forward. T1 looking to take down their second inhibitor.
Yeah, playing Zac when you're ahead is about the best feeling you can get, particularly for the style that T1 likes to play. Very far on the front foot, not going for the end here. Still respecting the fact that Samver is alive, and some of these ultimates are about to come back off cooldown for Brion, but 2 inhibitors are down. It's a 11.5k gold lead. Fur Drake is about to be taken. I don't think the bros are gonna get the win in this one, Valdez.
Yeah. Let's take a look. It was really clean, too. Like, almost instant. And then Samber's just like, well, I guess I misplayed. Unlucky.
Didn't see it coming. And here we have T1 very happy to go in aggressively here. Owner ends up getting taken very low, but just barely not going to go down as, oh no, Morgan.
Yeah. Owner just misses
Wait,
Q, or was he trying to dodge the knockout? Oh, the reinforcements, and Owner is dead again! Morgan! Of course, we should have seen this coming.
He knew.
It is Cassante after all.
Guys, you gotta get out of there.
No,
They
it's
don't
fine.
know. They don't know. Oh, now they know.
It's fine.
It's not fine, Valdez.
I'll just back away.
This is a Zac player right besides me saying it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You definitely won't slingshot over the wall. Oh. Perhaps the TP.
The flank. Oh, that's a pretty big one. Nicely done by Palu. The follow-up is pretty strong, but they're not going to kill anyone just yet as Keria gets away. Faker's pretty low. The Q's go in the opposite direction. And nobody can really do damage to Zeus after all of this, as now he's actually the damage dealer, and Guma's just on the run. And Zeus is still at full health. That's going to be the end of this fight and the end of this game, as Palu will stay alive.
Good Hail Mary there from Brion. You got to go for it. A little bit disjointed on the combo there, but nice attempt nonetheless. As Palu desperately trying, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah. Nice try. Nice showing from our new bottom lane from the pro side, as Palu nicely done on the wraparound there. Not going to be taken out as well. Are they going to be able to end the game? I guess they're not. As Zeus now is up against 3 people, and he's going to be taken out. So the game is not over.
Let this be a warning sign. Never celebrate too much, chat.
This happens in solo queue. You lose that game. Oh no, Palu's almost dying to the minions. As, yeah, this Nexus is extremely low. T1, they had their fun.
It's standing, Valdez. It's not down yet.
It's alive. Look at it. It's fine.
Surely there's a chance.
It's really broken back from this. I think Faker's just going to wall into the base.
I forgot what the stat was, but if I remember correctly, the win rate for winning a game after one of like 3 inhibitors have been taken down is like, I think it's like 90+%. I think you're looking like 92 to 94, somewhere around that range.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of meant to be be-all and end-all outside of Elder Dragon, right?
All right, they're going to do the Baron, as we'll take a look at this replay.
And Palu sets it up here. Really, the only downside is that the follow-up of damage is a little bit slow. I think if they perfectly layer it there, and for example, Guma gets the opportunity to flash now, that could have actually been a definitely game and delaying fight coming out from Brion, but unfortunately, just a little bit disjointed. Palu is a little bit earlier than the rest of the team, and I can't fault them because with the TP, they know that the re-engage is coming. The Nexus is standing.
Owner, no chill, just going for the Varus, and that was his job since the beginning, as now gonna take out Karis as well. And that should be the end of this one, guys. 2-0 to the side of T1 as they get it done in, not smooth fashion, but they got, clean 2-0, nothing to see here. Nice showing from Palu and Samber. Nice try from our new gentleman from the CL League.
And knowing
Harry is telling him what he has to do.
Yeah, knowing T1, I wouldn't even be surprised if they were like a little bit unhappy with themselves that they didn't get the end on the first try. Then again, we all knew how tonight was expected to go. Ended up going that way. And I want to echo what you were saying. Yeah, T1 got the win. But for me, I was genuinely impressed by not only the level of play that they showed in Game 1.
Oh, look at this.
But the bounce back as well.
3,000 kills. The first ever to do it.
Carrier bowing as well. Faker just like standing there.
Guma holding up 3 fingers. Well, that says 3,000 kills.